Hello everyone, in this video we will learn how to update ClickUp task for Acuity Scheduling appointment. So in this automation that we are going to create using Pabbly Connect, we are going to integrate multiple applications like Typeform, ClickUp, Gmail and Acuity Scheduling appointments. This automation is going to be really helpful and will be created in two parts. So basically we are going to learn how to create two workflows for one automation. In the first workflow, our trigger will be a Typeform response, that is Typeform or any form builder application you can take. Then our first action will be ClickUp, where a task will be created with the help of the form response. Our second action will be Gmail, where a mail will be sent to the customer. So in the upcoming or the next workflow that we are going to create, our trigger will be Acuity Scheduling, where new appointment will be taken as the response, and then ClickUp will have an update in the task as our last action application. Let us learn how to create this workflow. So in this video, we are going to create or update a task in ClickUp whenever a new appointment is scheduled in your Acuity Scheduling. So let us create this automation. We will be creating two separate workflows for the same. So let us quickly sign in into our account. That will take me to this place where I can see all the applications provided by Pabbly to us. And we are going to use Pabbly Connect to create the automation. Click on Access Now. And I will reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Reaching here, you can see a big blue button on your right side where it's written Create Workflow. Click on the button and give a suitable name to your workflow. This is the first workflow that we are creating for this complete automation. So the name of both the workflows are going to be the same. Just add part 1 and part 2 to it. Update ClickUp task for Acuity Scheduling part 1. Click on Create. And then a blank workflow will be created for you like you can see on your screen. Now the process is like our trigger and action windows are given, where a trigger says when this happens, action says do this, and these plus buttons are given to you to add more action steps to this workflow. So the trigger application, for now we are going to choose Typeform, where a customer is going to fill the form for an appointment inquiry. I'm choosing Typeform as my form builder application, and the event is new entry. You can choose any application. Now, this is my Typeform where I have created this form called request form, and I have edited this form for my own requirement. You can do it as per your need. Now, here is the form I have opened in a separate tab. First of all, I will connect my Typeform and Pabbly Connect in such a way that every time a new form entry is submitted, it is captured in this workflow as a response. Connect with Typeform. It will automatically detect the presence of your account. You just have to click on Accept and give access to Pabbly Connect. See, this is done. Now it has already selected the form name. You can open this drop-down menu and see it consists of all the forms that are created in my Typeform account. The form I am right now working upon is request form, and that is the name of my form. I'll click on Save and Send Test Request. It will start waiting for a response over here like you can see. Now I'll go back to my request form and fill up this form. First, I will enter the name, then the email address, then the reason for inquiry, the date of the appointment that you are looking for. Let's say I want an appointment in this month on 11th, and then the year. Click on Submit, and my form has been submitted. Now let us see, we have received a response over here. We have all the details that we have just filled in the form. So since we have received this response, we will create a task in ClickUp based on these entries that we have received. But one thing that I would like to remind to you, that the date entered over here is in a separate format than what is needed in ClickUp. Like this is the format of the date, and ClickUp needs a date of the timestamp millisecond format. So here, to change the format of the date, you don't have to worry about it, because now you can change the date within the workflow only. You have to choose date time formatter as your next action application. This is a feature that is built inside Pabbly, and you can format the date, time, add subtract time, and get the current date as well. So like I am just going to format the date because we haven't talked about time yet. Click on Connect, and here you have to enter first of all the date that is existing format for you. So the date is here. You can type in the search and map data and look for your date. Now you have to map, that is using the information from the previous step to fill in the details of the next step is called mapping. So here is the date that we have. The format of the date that is existing is year, month, and date. So from format is this, and to format is timestamp in millisecond. So this is done, and just click on Save and Send Test Request, and you will receive the date right here. So this date will be used, the result of this datetime formatter will be used to create a task in ClickUp. Now comes your action application as ClickUp, and the event will be to create a task. Now once a type form entry is received, a new ClickUp task will be created for that specific appointment. Add new connection, and you have to enter API token. I would like to remind again that before starting with the functioning of the workflow, make sure that you have opened your Acuity Scheduling, your type form entry, and your ClickUp also in a separate tab. Now since we have opened ClickUp, go to your profile from the bottom left corner, go to apps, and then here you will find the API token. Copy it from here and paste it in the workflow. Save it and your connection will be established. Now ClickUp and Pabbly Connect are connected. So Pabbly Connect is able to fetch up all the information that was there in ClickUp. Like the workspace name is there, space is connect, the folder name is booking. We are working on this folder which is called booking, and the list inside booking is called events. So here it has already selected the list name as events. Now what is the task name? You want to give a name to the task. So the task name can be taken from these type form entries. So I will give the task name as appointment with the doctor. The description will be the email address because it is something very necessary to share the contact information. This is the email address of the person, and you have to enter the due date as well. So the due date we have taken from the result right here. Set the priority to normal from here. Eliminate the time because we don't have the time. The start date is also going to be the same date. Why? Because the appointment is for some hours and not for a longer time. So the start and end date will be same. And the status is to do, which means it's still going to be in progress, not completed. So click on save and send test request. And here you can see we have received an ID of the task that is created, and no error is there in the workflow in the response, which means that our response has been clear and fine. So let us close this and send an email to the person who filled the form that you have received a link where you have to fill the form to get your appointment booked. So choose your last action application for this part 1 as Gmail, and the action event will be to send email. Click on connect, add new connection, and connect with Gmail. Choose your Gmail account, and it's connected. Once this is done, you have to enter the details that are generally required to compose an email. In recipient email address, you will take the email address that was used over here in your type form entry. Then you will have your sender name that can be taken from the form name, request form, because obviously you were able to receive this email just because you've submitted the form. The subject is appointment with the doctor. So you can again take it over here. And now you have to frame the content. So here I will write, dear client, you can book your appointment via the link given below. So I have generated a link from my Acuity Scheduling appointments so that people can open this email and then click on the link to book their appointments with the time, date, and other details and other information, whatever they want. And I'm going to give this ID for reference so that when the form is filled and the booking is confirmed, we are able to update the task in ClickUp. So here we will map the ID of our newly created task, that is this. Okay, press enter key, and here I'm going to paste the URL that they are going to use to fill up the form. This is the link. I'll press enter again, and thanks and regards. My email is complete. I will click on save and send test request and wait for the response which says that the message has been sent, and it's done. See, it says sent and done is 1. So this is the first part of our automation, that we have sent a confirmation mail to the customer. Now it is up to the customer who looks at the email, fills up the form using that specific link, and then our next workflow comes into action where once the form is filled using the link that we have mentioned over here in Gmail, then we are able to update the task and ClickUp that the booking has been confirmed. So this is the first part of the workflow. We'll go back to our dashboard first. Create a new workflow where you will give it the same name. Update ClickUp task for Acuity Scheduling appointments part 2. Click on create. And this time when you will be given the blank workflow, choose your trigger application as Acuity Scheduling. And the trigger event, this will be new appointment. Click on connect. And again, I would like to remind that make sure you've opened your Acuity Scheduling in a separate tab. Add new connection, connect with the account and it will detect the presence of your account. You just have to enter the email address which is used for you to log in into your Acuity Scheduling. And here they are connected. Once they are connected, you have to click on Save and Send Test Request. But before that, make sure that in order to receive a response of the form filling, we need to go and check that have we received the email or not. Here we have received a request form. Dear client, and this content that we framed, we have our reference over here, and then here we have the link. So let us open this link and fill up the form. So like I wanted an appointment on this date, 11th May was the date I entered. So let us keep the date same and the time will be 11 a.m. Now I will enter the details over here, phone number, email address, and the reference ID will be taken from this email. So copy this reference ID and paste it right here. Click on Complete Appointment and now we will go to Pabbly Connect. Click on Save and Send Test Request. And here we have received a response. See, we have the ID of the newly created appointment and the details we filled in the form. So we were able to create an appointment in our Acuity Scheduling appointments over here. In our Acuity Scheduling appointments over here. So let us close this window and then go back to our Acuity Scheduling to check if we have received an appointment or not. Refresh it. And here is May 11 and 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. we have an appointment created. Okay, so this was possible because of the form we filled using the link in your email. Now we will add one more step over here, that is ClickUp as our action application. And the event this time will be to find a task first of all, because we might need some information in order to update the task that we don't have right here. Click on Connect, add new connection, enter the API token. So follow the same steps, go to Apps, copy it from here and paste it right here. Click on Save. And now enter the task ID that you can take from Acuity Scheduling appointment right here. So this is my task ID and then click on Save and Send Test Request. So you will receive all the information that is existing about your already created task. Now you just need to update the task. One thing that I would like to remind all of you before creating one last action step in order to update the ClickUp task is that when you want a new appointment to be updated as a task. So for example, here you always have two status of your task, to do and in progress. I have created this booked status for the appointments to be booked. It is done by this process. You go to these three buttons where you can do folder settings and list status. Here you can change the names of the status and add or subtract the type of status you want according to your own need. So I have created one status over here, booked, because I'm going to use this complete folder and this list to book my appointments. Now, since this is the appointment that is created by us, we are going to update this to booked. Now choose your last action event as update task. Click on Connect. You don't need to go for add new connection. Keep it on select existing connection. Workspace name is the same, space name is correct. The folder name over here is bookings. The list name will again change. You keep it to events. And the task ID, you have to map it. So activate this map button and do not enter it manually, but take it from here. This is my task ID. So that whenever a new task is created in the workflow that we have created for part 1, this task ID will change every time. The task name, take it from ClickUp only. This was the name of the task. The description will include all the details that you are going to update. So now you will enter it as name. Map the name from here. Then contact. Give the contact from here. Email. Map the email address from here. And time will be given from here again, 11 a.m. Priority is set to normal. Assignee is the same. Tags, now due date you have to enter. So this is one of the very big reason that we have taken the find task step in this workflow. So you have to map the due date and start date from here. So search in map data, due. So you don't have to change the format again and again. Now this is no, because we have already mentioned the time over there. And then the start date is again the same that you are going to map from here. This is there. Alright, the status that I already mentioned is changed to booked. So I'm going to enter it booked over here. Because since now we have already filled the form for Acuity scheduling appointment, which means the appointment is fixed. We just need to update this information in our ClickUp. Click on Save and Send Test Request. And here we have received the response that this is the same ID, everything is there, and the status says booked. Now close this window and go back to our ClickUp to check that were we able to create the task and update the status. So refresh it. And here we have two appointments booked. Appointment with the doctor. If you open it, see, it was to do earlier, now it says booked. And these are the details of the person that we just created. And the time is also here. We have chosen this time, which means that we were able to create one complete automation by creating two workflows. First, we took a form, the form was submitted, the date was changed according to the need of the ClickUp. Now we created a task and sent an email to the customer to fill the form of our Acuity scheduling application to book an appointment with us. Further, when Acuity scheduling appointment was fixed, so we received a response over here, found a task in ClickUp so that you can map correct details of the existing task. Then we updated the task with the status as booked. So this was the whole workflow. I hope this helped.
Not just these applications, but you can integrate many other applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any issue regarding Pabbly, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any doubts regarding our pricing, then you can connect us through this given website. If you found this video helpful in any way, then make sure to share this with your friends and colleagues to make their life easier by creating automations. We will meet in the next video. Till then, do not forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.